You know what's really sad is that Americans can literally stop going out to eat. They can budget right. They could not overspend. They can do all these things to be able to pay their bills and still won't be able to pay their bills.
I don't believe you.
It's like, what are they not getting about the fact that things cost more and we're not getting paid enough? The math is not mathing.
Got to make more money.
You could literally be budgeting, not eating out, not buying extra stuff, not traveling, not doing the most, and you're still not gonna, you're still gonna be barely surviving because, I mean, it's obvious. Like, if the cost of living went up and you're still getting paid nothing, if you're getting paid, you know how hard it is for most Americans to find a job now?
Why you on TikTok all day?
They're doing everything they should be doing, but they can't do it because they're not making enough. They're simply not making enough. It's so unfair. I feel so bad for so many people, including myself. Like, buy one of these. Support a girl out.
Let me start this one off by saying this. Not trying to look down my nose on anybody, but the victim Olympics have got to stop. If you're someone out there and you don't have enough money for your month, finding people like this to listen to all the time that constantly tell you somebody is doing something nefarious to you, you're going to constantly be the one that never has enough. And that's the truth of the matter. I'm going to explain to you why folks like this young lady and the other videos that I'll react to are being disingenuous. And maybe you can learn from what they're doing, but I want to see if you can see the pattern. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert, and on this channel, we simplify the home loan process. So you might be saying, well, Robert, why are you talking about, budgeting and finances and things of this nature? Well, in my daily practice, I get a lot of people that have this sentiment that want to buy homes, and it's the woe is me. I don't make enough money. But what I find is this: no one's budgeting, dating, going out to the movies, going on vacation, travel. None of those are necessities. Those are wants. Somewhere on the internet, they have changed the narrative for a lot of you guys, and you have a sense of entitlement. It's just what it is. So I don't see the budgeting from people that swear to God that they're budgeting. No one is paying anybody back. Credit character is horrible, but no one is increasing their skills in the marketplace. You could complain as much as you want to, it's not going to change. So that's why I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because for those of you that want to own a home that might find yourself in this position, I don't want you to stay there. This too will pass, but that four-letter word has got to happen. Work, W-O-R-K. Now, I want you to watch this next gentleman, and a lot of you guys that are in this position really gravitate towards what he's saying. And a lot of what he's saying is not incorrect, but you got to watch the whole video and see if you understand what's really going on. Let's check it out.
This is why the average American is struggling and complaining about wages and the cost of living. Here's the math. There's about 80 million Americans making $50,000 or less. And these are essential jobs that we need to operate this entire country. And they are being underpaid. $50,000 after taxes, 401k, and health insurance is $2,900 a month take-home pay in 2026. Let's say they find an apartment with utilities for $1,500 a month. Let's say that they do a perfect budget of $100 a week for groceries. They don't eat out. They don't do DoorDash. They are perfect when it comes to their food. $400. Let's say they get a used car well below the average for $300 to get them back and forth on their 45-minute commute. Then they have $150 for car insurance, $150 for gas, $150 for cell phone and internet, and $100 for personal care. Leaves them with $150. And they have no student loans and no credit cards. How is somebody in America in 2026 who is financially perfect, zero debt, investing in their 401k, budgeting to the dime, has $150 left over? How do they go on dates? How did they travel? God forbid, what if someone passes away in their family and they have to go travel out of state to the funeral, or a friend is getting married? They would have to put that on a credit card.
Okay, if you're in the $50,000 a year bucket, he's making a lot of assumptions as far as the numbers are concerned to make his case. But more importantly, he's appealing to your pain point. Yeah, I can't go on vacation. And yeah, I can't do this and I can't do that. Well, here's the deal. He says $50,000 a year. Here's my pushback to you. Why do you have to make $50,000 a year? You see, this is what no one is saying to you. And there's a reason that these folks aren't going to say that to you. And I'm going to show you, or he's going to show you here in a minute, and I'm going to slow it down to see if you catch it. The game is, what's the pain? What's the pain? What's the pain? I want to give you a free solution. You have to assess your skill level in the economy today. And you have to figure out how to produce more income without going into debt. Running to these schools and getting out of the economy for another 4, however long years to get another skill may not be what you need to do. And a lot of people don't hear that. Number two, you may have to do something that you don't want to do. The fastest way to make more money is to do something that the majority of people don't want to do. He mentioned essential workers. He's not an essential worker. So how is he able to be on the internet platforms giving you all this information or stroking your pain so you feel like he's on your side? And I guarantee you he makes more than $50,000. If you look at a majority of the videos that he's doing, he's creating an audience. Okay, I'm kind of giving it away, but he's creating an audience, and there's a reason for it. Not knocking him, because he understands, but he's not telling you what you need to do. He's telling you what you want to hear. Let's continue.
Have built an economy that if you're perfect, you still have to have a second job in order to make progress. And it's so exhausting to hear people just throw out these things. Would you ever think about cutting your expenses? What are you going to cut? This person is perfect. The wages have to go up, or we need to cut taxes on the first $100,000 and allow people to keep their money. Our generation got, hence the reason I wrote the book, Generations, How Millennials and Gen Zs Were Robbed of the American Dream and How We Can Fix Our Futures. The pre-orders are now available. It comes out July 14th. You can grab a copy in my profile. I go over so many things that happened over the past 50 years that led to this wealth inequality, from stock buybacks to private equity to the national debt to the cost of living crisis, wages, and solutions for policies and independent things that we can all do to reclaim the American dream and make it work for us.
You see, excellent job. He's built an audience. And on July 14th, you could buy a book. The same people that he told you only got $150 left a month, but you got enough to buy his book. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. You're on these platforms heaping to yourself people, teachers that itch your ear. That's what the scripture says. I'm paraphrasing. You got itching ears. Tell me what I want to hear. Yeah, woe is me. It's not my fault. And you'll never get to where you need to get. Now, I don't expect this video to do a lot of numbers, because that's the name of the game, right? They don't want you to understand the truth. They don't want you to hear the truth. They want you to keep hearing folks like this. I'm not mad at him or the young lady, because they know how to play the game. He got a book for sale. Now, here's my question to you. What are you doing? What are you selling? You're spending all your extra time wallowing in the mud. Is it hard? Yes, it's hard. And I'm not talking down to you, because I work extra. It's work. Nobody wants to do it. I get it. But as my mother-in-law says, you have to learn how to play the game if you really want your situation to change. That's why I come on and make these videos, and it offends some people. Not the intent. The intent is to get you to wake up. Sometimes you got to get your toes stepped on and say, you know what, man, I don't like the way that sounds. If you don't like the way it sounds, that means I'm on your street. Okay. Now here's the question. What are you going to do about it? Some of the things that he just said I like, right? And this is something that we all can do. We got to start paying attention to these taxes. This is one of the things that a lot of you guys have been brainwashed over the last 10 years. I've watched it in real time, to have you thinking you don't want to own a home because you got to pay taxes. Well, you paying taxes everywhere. That's the name of this game. It's always been that way. Number two, you got to stop looking in the rearview mirror. He wants you to go in the book and say, okay, the baby boomers had this and Gen X had that and private equity. And it's always been that way. But you're in the time now where you have more information than you ever had. You don't have to go to the library and play, did I get the right book at all? The information is in your hands. That is your competitive advantage, but You don't have the initiative to get up, get out, and get something. That's my challenge to you. That's the solution for free 99. It ain't in a book. The question is, do you believe? See, most of you guys believe what these folks are selling you, and you'll continue to be broke. You'll never be able to buy your own place, and rent is going to continue to go up. And if you don't want to be outside, if you don't want to live in a hotel motel situation, and a lot of those situations where you're able to do that, a lot of folks don't want to live in those environments. You don't want to live in your car, so on and so forth. Respectfully, you better pay attention to the play that's going on. These folks don't love you, man. You being turned into merchandise. Well, Robert, you sell, I sell money for those that want to buy a home. But I do it, in my opinion, in a way and manner that if you listen, it won't be a burden, but it'll be a blessing to you. So anyway, I digress. If you watch this video and you say, you know what, Robert, I understand what's going on. I'm ready to own my own time and space, control it. How do I reach out and figure out where I stand as to buying a home? There's a link in the description of the video. Click that link, schedule a free consultation. Let's have a conversation to see if you're ready to move to the next step. If you're not ready to do that, continue watching these 2 videos. They'll help you with your education until the time that you're ready to reach out. Guys, check it out. Let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound. And most importantly, you guys stay blessed. Indeed.